How's the response? The question asked is, how is the response since Monday? So for Monday being the first day of the initial offer period, up to yesterday, we have crossed a subscription amount of more than 3 million ringgit.
In 2 days?
In 2 days. Our CIO is here. I'll ask him to request him to elaborate a little bit on this. But if you look at this fund, really, the benchmark is to outperform AFD and give excess returns in addition to what one can expect from the AFD. And I think what we really want to offer in this solution, I will call it a solution, because it is actually a unit trust fund approved by Securities Commissions as a format. But if you look at the substance, it is actually to leverage our CIO's capabilities in terms of selecting the best funds across all asset class at different market point and market timing to provide the kind of returns you would expect. Andrew, can I pass this on to you? Yes.
I think the two folds are: number one, obviously we want to return a yearly cash to the unit holders, and we will try our best to beat the FD, but there's a higher benchmark. So not only do you get income distribution, we also want to give you capital appreciation as well. And the target that we are striving for is 3% plus AmBank's 12 months FD. I think currently it should be about in excess of 6%, 9%. But we've got to bear in mind what we are trying to do here is to give you the lowest volatility, selecting the best asset class. So if we feel that the market is good for equity, then we will go for equity. If the market is flattish and we want to go for income, then we'll go for fixed income products. And if we feel that we want to do capital preservation, we'll go to our money market fund. So there's a slew of collective investment schemes that we can put our money to work for the unit holders.
This may be suitable for investors who are deluded with choices in terms of investment products to choose from, different asset classes, and then confused by all the volatility in the world, and have no time to think about all these different changes going on. So with this product, they have a cheaper access that, in a way, we have our professional team looking at the asset allocation and allocating it dynamically to give the optimum returns to the investors.
The product that we have designed gives me full flexibility. I don't have to be restricted to Malaysia. I can be anywhere in the world as long as we have the in-house products to do it. For the time being, we are geared more to the ASEAN region, but we have our eye also on the North Asian economies as well. While Malaysia, we are slightly underweight for the time being for obvious reasons. Okay, we don't need to mention it here at this point in time. So we are well positioned. One of the key aspects of the fund is that we need to have at least 5 collective investment schemes in the portfolio. So there's diversification. So if you ask me one particular equity, it won't be just one particular equity fund, it will be a few. And we'll choose the best in this class in terms of expectation and performance by our respective fund managers. For the time being, half of it will be in equity, 40% will be in fixed income, and 10% will be money market. For this point in time, it will change depending on the outlook, the momentum, our expectation.
The main aim being consistency and stability and income to the investor.
The thing is that there are many funds, I've seen a lot of unit trusts that has combination of equity and bonds and etc. But so what makes your funds different compared to the others?
I think you're talking about the balance funds, the caps table, where their range is flexible but limited. Here we can really swing, and if we feel that our expectation is good on equity, we will swing quite a lot of our portfolio to that sector. And number two, some of the balance funds are restricted to Malaysia. In our case, we're not restricted to Malaysia. We can choose ASEAN, we can choose Asia Pacific, we can choose commodity classes. So the flexibility in the range is there for us to choose from. So I think to answer your question is that the scope of the expansion is very large, and the swing can be very large in terms of switching between asset classes.
It's almost like having your own personal private banker for the smaller investor, giving you the wide access to various asset classes and beyond Malaysia as well.
Any further questions? With that final answer, we have come to the end of the press conference today. We would like to thank the management of Investment Bank as well as members of the media for attending today's press conference, and invite all of you for some refreshment at the back of the hall. Thank you.